Tamil Nadu now, where Father Joseph Palanivel Jeyapaul, who was jailed in the United States in 2015 for sexually abusing two minors, is back in the country and he's been rehabilitated by a Tamil Nadu church. This move has raised several questions, with the U.S. Counsel of the Victims, Jeff Anderson, while speaking to Times Now, opposing the church's decision. The case first came to light in the United States and followed by a decade-long trial that started in 2005. Pooja Prasanna has got us this ground report.
UT Diocese continues to be tight-lipped about the rationale behind reinstating Father Jeyapaul, who was accused, convicted and even imprisoned for raping minors in the United States. The spokesperson for the UT Diocese, while maintaining that they're merely following the directives of the Congregation for the Doctrine of Faith, refused to take any questions about what sort of an example will it set when they actually give a ministry to a man who was convicted of raping minors. In OT with Harish Dasappa, Pooja Prasanna for Times Now.
The victim's lawyer, while speaking to Times Now from America, has expressed his disappointment over the revocation of suspension of the accused Father Jeyapaul.
Here's the short version of this. Jeyapaul was sent by his bishop in India to work in the U.S. in a state called Minnesota. And there he abused sexually two girls, okay? And then he went back to India, and then he got charged with the crime of abusing those two girls, and he got extradited back from India to the U.S. And when he got extradited, you know what extradited means?
Yeah, exactly. I understand, yes.
Okay. When he got extradited back, he ended up pleading guilty to criminal sexual conduct with one of the girls. Two civil suits were also brought against him and the diocese because of that, both of which settled. So there was a lot of evidence, witnesses, the girls and others, his own writings and other things that showed that he clearly is a serial sexual abuser. And there are other kids, but we don't know who they are. And so then he got a year's sentence. He spent a year in jail, just about, and then he got sent back from the U.S. to India. And then last week, the Vatican and the bishop in his diocese announced they were lifting his suspension, which is outrageous because he's a convicted child molester. Violation of the promises that were made. I'm not sure if it's going to be a violation of the plea deal or not. Mike, do you know if that was a part of the plea deal? Yeah. I don't know if it was a part of the plea deal or not, but I know the promises were made to the victims, the prosecutor, the person that was charging him, and to who we were working with, the victims, because we represent victims in the civil cases. So it was everybody's belief to go back to India and not be back in Minnesota.